But we organized them differently. We put money in from the state, but we ran those schools differently. And one of the advantages of running them differently with, in a way, a more entrepreneurial side to it, was that there was a complete refusal in those schools to tolerate the kids not doing well. Right? And I'll never forget going into one of these schools and being shown around. And this was in an area where basically fewer than 10% of the children at this school had passed the requisite exams. When we created this new system of schooling, the school was taken over by new providers. Actually, now I think it's over 80%. But I remember I came in and visited the school just after they'd started the turnaround. And I remember this young girl taking me through the school. She was the student that was given the task of, showing the Prime Minister around. And I said to her, what do you think of the new school? Because she'd been in the old school too. And she said, I never thought schools like this were for people like me. And that is, that is the problem in a way. One of the great things about educational change, when you see it happening, is the fascinating thing about the young people is they don't just, learn to pass exams and, to be properly behaved in school. What they actually get out of the education system is, for the first time, they get a sense of self-esteem and self-worth. That's the difference it makes to them. Because a lot of these kids, they don't think they've got anything to offer. Right? That's what's so tragic about it. See, this is another thing I always say to the kids in their assemblies. I say, look, you probably think, he's Prime Minister, he must be really special, right? But because you're just an ordinary human being in the end, you're not really special. You're just maybe really lucky. Or maybe you've got certain talents and so on, but you know perfectly well, and I know perfectly well, could never have developed those without, at vital stages of my life, a helping hand was there. It might have been from my parents, it might have been from a teacher, it might have been from a mentor, but obviously I had to make use of that helping hand. But that's what these kids don't have. And that's what we've got to give them. And believe me, there are examples round the world of what works today. And the only thing that stands between us and making this change is our willingness to say, which I think we should, nothing will stand in our way of changing this system for the better. Not any prejudice, not any interest, not any preconception, not any misconception. But these kids deserve better, and we are going to make sure that they get better. And that's the way to do it, I think.
Thank you, Felipe, Marisa, Renan. With that, we conclude. Maybe we can have a last round of appreciation for the great speech, the great construct, and the great concepts, please.